first appearance, I'm pretty sure it's season 9, at Comic-Con. And there was one girl who got in line and just said, I'm going to make this question last for as long as possible, so you can just keep looking at me while you answer. And without missing a beat, Tom went right into it.
I would say... The thing is... over the last 9 seasons...
I think that's probably my favorite panel moment from Comic-Con.
Somebody very, very special coming back, and in fact, we'd love to bring him out right now.
During the final season, as a surprise guest, they brought out John Schneider, who had been away from the show since season 5. John Schneider!
Wow. Rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
John Schneider put in his driver's license up on a public screen. That was, and all of us sort of going, your address is on there. You know, people might show up. That was pretty good.
So I guess I'll be seeing you all for dinner.
Batman showing up and asking questions in line, that one, I won't ever forget that. Or Green Arrow showing up in a perfect costume. I don't understand where he got that thing. It was impeccable.
Is that leather, brother? Is that leather? Can you guys see this guy? Is he up? I think we need an extra one. Get up here. Can you see him? Dude, come on. Yeah, come up here. Wow. Well, that's not something you ever see.
At Comic-Con, it was fun seeing people dressed as our characters because we're a little bit secluded up here in Vancouver when our show's being done. See people kind of in droves, and especially at the panel where there was 6,000 or 7,000 people there, was really, really amazing.
Honestly, I came from a daytime show, and we had Loyal Follow, right? And then I got into a sci-fi show, which I didn't really think of as a sci-fi show, until people started saying sci-fi, and I started realizing, oh my god, these people are even more passionate than the daytime fans. I'm gonna throw my hat into the directing realm and direct one of them.
You know, it's funny because the reaction that I get from the fans is different.
Comic-Con is just, I can't describe it. Everything people ask me about it, I really can't describe it.
It's always different and it's bigger than life, and I think that we need that.
Tom Welling.
10 years has been fantastic. Surrounded by really great people who care and work really hard. A lot of dedication. 3 things that I think you need in order to survive this long, now that we've done it. And I think those are key elements to why we're still here. The 4th element would be the fans, because if they weren't watching, we wouldn't have lasted even a year.
Are you going to direct again this year?
Yes?
I just remember the first time I went to Comic-Con and there were 6,000 people in the room there to see us.
Allison Mack.
I've never been in front of 6,000 people that were all there to see us or something that I was a part of, and that was outrageous. I mean, it was amazing, but outrageous. I mean, there's this crazy sense of humility where you're just like, I feel like I'm part of something so much bigger than I realized.
There you go. How you doing? Enjoy the show?
What are these? This is for me?
Yeah.
Seeing that many fans who just love what so many people put a lot of, sweat and tears and blood into on a daily basis. It's every time I went, it was so overwhelming and positive, and I'm always on a high for weeks after. First of all, we have to say that the suit is actually the same suit from the Superman Returns movie. I like all the screaming going on down here.
It's just
exciting. It's such a rush. You know, I think it's what rock stars talk about when they're on stage and, you know, the fans are screaming. It's as close as we get to being rock stars. That was like us at the Hollywood Bowl.
For Comic-Con at the panel, there was a lot of anticipation. Like the energy in the room was full of anticipation of what's going to happen, how we're going to wrap it up.
Because we are literally trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink into the season. It's the last year. We've had literally a list on the writer's wall for the last 3 years, like adding things of things we want to do before the show's ending. So we're going to try and do all of it.
I'm going to celebrate every second of it. And I think the fans deserve to have that.
We're going to work our hardest to make it a great experience for you guys.
I know originally when Lois came to Smallville, it was not part of the mythology, and so people were a little hesitant, but everybody's really embraced my version of Lois, and they've been really supportive and made it a really, really great ride for me, and so I hope that I've given back to them what they're looking for.
My best Comic-Con memory came from this year, because we had always gone and sat in the audience and watched Nine Miles, you know, and then we kind of ended up on the other side of the table looking out at everybody. And this year, I was coming back very late the night before our panel, and I walked past the convention center to get to my hotel room, and there was a line of people out there, and I was like, what are you waiting for? Midnight. And somebody jumped up and said, "You're Brian Pierce," which, trust me, as a writer, nobody ever does. And they were out there for our show, and they were camping out. So the next morning, I went to Starbucks and I bought, you know, some coffees in the big carafe thing, and I brought it what I thought would be the same line. So I bring that carafe to the front of the line, and there's like 3,000 people in line, and I show up with this little carafe of coffee, and I literally set it down and I raced away.
That enthusiasm is what will sustain you in this whole genre world as an actor, because these people, I'm one of them. I'm absolutely a sci-fi nerd. When I was a kid, the only way my parents would get me to dress in a suit is if I wore a Superman shirt underneath it. So I wasn't wearing a suit, I was Clark Kent. See, that's how that worked. So I understand why it means so much to me.
As a child, I learned to read, really, comprehensively in comics. I learned to visualize. I learned to imagine beyond anything that came before that, you know? I learned about cinematographic detail through comics. So it brings us so many things. Now it's brought us this show. And I'm really proud that I was a part of this movie.
People are kind of sequestered away from the fan base most of the time, that we do truly appreciate and understand that it's not just lip service when we say that we do understand and we do know and we are appreciative that we wouldn't be here 10 years in, 20 years in, 30 years in, because I've seen it, if it weren't for you. So even though you don't really run into the people on your favorite show all that often, but we do. It doesn't mean that we don't care, and it doesn't mean that we don't appreciate every minute you've spent in front of the television, or every magazine you've bought, or every now on the internet, everything you've done, because truly you are the folks that we work for, and you are the folks who have employed us and kept us doing what we love for so long.
We have all these little groups of fans.
I hope I don't get used to it. It was awesome. It was an awesome feeling.
A show, any series, it's a marathon. And at each year, the finish line is moved further and further away as the show continues to go on. And a lot of times during that run, it is the idea of the fans and the support and the passion that you guys have that keeps us running. So, thank you.
To be honest, you've made our dreams come true, and we will forever appreciate that you did that to us and for us, and that we will never forget you. So thank you so much for a whole decade of support.